Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurudeva Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Shout out some popular Indian names for girls. Shreya. Priya. Lakshmi. Just say your name, correct? One that I come across a lot is Anisha. Anisha, and the male name would be Anish. What does Anisha mean? You're going to say it's some baby's name, correct? Anisha means the one who has no Isha, no Ishvara. Anisha means the one who has no God. Now that seems very opposite to a Devi's name. Anish mean the one who has no God above them, which means they are God. Lovely name, when we know the meaning. So now, using this word God. Imagine someone is looking for Dunkin' Donuts, and they happen to come into this ashram. They heard that there's Ukmayam coffee, they smelt it. And they come in here, and they see all of us, and they say, what are you all here for? Devi retreat. What are you learning about God? What is God? How will you explain this to a stranger?
Your belief on something.
Belief in something, so my belief in the state government and God are the same, yes?
No, I mean it's your internal belief.
The highest supreme power, so Air Force One. NASA.
Highest supreme power in you.
Highest supreme power in you, so it's your blood, your brain, right? That's the supreme power in me.
I like you.
The word God in Vedanta is known as Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is made up of two compounds, Bhaga plus Van. Van means to have. It's like the word man. Buddhi man, someone who has an intellect. Shri man, someone who has Shri. What does Bhaga mean? Fortune. The one who has fortune is Bhagavan. So Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos' wife, right? They're all Bhagavan. This Bhaga, as many of you have shared, is not outside, but inside. This Bhaga we call virtues. Bhagavan means the one who has all virtues, all ways. Even if we have all virtues, we don't practice it all the time, correct? We practice it with our co-workers, but not with our family. Bhagavan has all virtues, all ways. We tend to visualize that Bhagavan is the highest. You even use those words. Bhagavan lives in Vrindavan and Kailasha. In a subjective science, the highest is also the deepest. Spatially, that's not true. The cloud is the highest, but it's not the deepest. But in this science, highest and deepest are equivalents. Bhagavan is not just the highest, Bhagavan is the deepest also. The deepest in you. To idolize this Bhagavan is to internalize this Bhagavan. This is what puja is. Puja is first idolizing. You use an idol, correct? And then you internalize from murti to madhyama, from outside to inside. This is what puja is. Okay? In this first discourse, I'm going to be sharing a lot of details, a lot of framework building. My encouragement to you is to take notes. After this, you have a text, but today is very much like the first day of college, where it's sort of overwhelming if you're not ready. But if you're ready, it's a very productive day. This is my suggestion to you. When our head is doing something, but our heart is not there, what do we call that? Head is there, it's stress. See how fast you are to respond? When your head is there, but your heart is not there, this is called a ritual. Correct? I'm doing it, my brain is making me do it, but there's no feeling behind it. It could be here, it could be cooking, it could be driving, it's definitely working, correct? My head is there, but my heart is not there. That's a ritual. When your head is there and your heart is there, that's called spiritual. When you know the spirit of a ritual, it becomes spiritual. This is no longer something that is a burden to you, but there's a feeling that's present. That feeling is called bhava. Okay? Head is there, heart is not there, ritual. There's no feeling behind it. Head and heart are there, it's called bhava. When one has bhava, all that they do is efficient, is effective, is enjoyable. This is a path that we're trying to clear for ourselves, to bring more feeling into all we do. Starting with puja, and then bringing it back to bathing, cooking, parenting, communicating, and on and on and on. Yesterday I shared with you in Kali, we're lacking two factors. What are the two factors that are being hurt in Kali? What was one of them? Time. We lack time in this period. And the second? Environment. I said we're lacking environmental sensitivity. Yes? So we're lacking time, we're lacking environment. And I'll add one more factor. We are lacking community. So many of you, when you grew up in a community. And it may not have been big, numbers-wise, but you felt it. You had lots of people who were looking out for you, lots of people who were looking after you. Now with our devices, with Wi-Fi being present everywhere, we're connected. But that doesn't mean that we're communing. In fact, social scientists definitively know that people feel more isolated now than ever. Even though population is growing, connection is growing, but so is isolation. We're lacking community. During this lacking of time and environment and community, being intentional helps us to be practical. If you're intentional, you practice. If you're not intentional, you will not practice. Since we don't have time, environment, community, we have to be more intentional in what we're doing so that that becomes more practical or more meaningful. A puja has 3 parts. These 3 parts are the puja, and the pujaka. The puja is the idol, the ideal. The puja is the idolization, and the pujaka is the super fan. That's us. Okay, you got it? I'll use more Vedantic terms, okay? Sadhya, sadhana, sadhaka. Sadhya is our destination. If there's a destination, there has to be a road. That's called the sadhana. And if you're using that road, you are a sadhaka. We are orienting ourselves to Shiva Manasa Puja during this period of our lives where there's a lot of pulls. We have to be more intentional. We have to know the spirit of what we're doing. Now, in a general puja, there are three facets: the puja, and the pujaka. Let's start understanding the puja some more. When I say puja, what do you think of? What do you see in your mind?
Offering
Idols,
offering flowers.
flowers, all of you are going like this, like a mini dance. There are actions, correct? In a puja, there's actions. This is one action. This is another action, correct? And when you keep on acting in the same way for a period of time, that becomes routine. Some of you have moved to Orlando. You getting from your home to wherever you're going. Initially, you don't know how to get there, but over time it becomes your routine. The train is going to come at this time. This is when traffic is, and on and on. Actions, routine. And what should be happening is feeling should be created. Feeling should be created. This methodology is effective. Our rishis, they are psychologists, educators. They created these actions to become a routine and this routine to become feeling. This system works. And there's lots of examples of that. You take an example like Ratnakara. Who did he later become? Valmiki. Just an action. He was just moving his mouth, correct? It became his routine, and slowly that became a feeling. Mara turned into Rama. How many of you have watched the movie Karate Kid? The old Karate Kid, the original one. Show me Karate Kid with your hands. Wax on, wax off, correct? Just an action. It became a feeling. His was more annoyance. But when finally meeting that, there was a feeling that came with it, correct? He had so much respect for Mr. Miyagi. Actions, routine, feeling. This works. This does work. When that feeling is there, please try to register this message right now. When that feeling is there, what is the Sanskrit word for feeling? Bhava. Good. Then you don't need any more routine. You don't need any more actions. That's what's so important for us when we lack time, we lack environment, we lack community. If I have that feeling, then I don't need routine and actions. It's part of who you are. Yes? So these are some general thoughts about puja. Now we'll get into some general thoughts about the puja. That's Bhagavan, that's the idol. When I say God, give me some words you associate with God. Peace of mind, love, Almighty, forgiveness, good. These are solid words. Creator. When one thinks of God, one has to think about the Creator. The Creator also has to be the destroyer or sustainer. We'll use the word conserver. And the conserver also has to be you use the word destroyer, I'm going to use the word controller. Creator, conserver, controller. When you use alliteration, easier to remember, correct? God is generator, operator, destroyer, right? Now you have an acronym. For those who remember raising young kids, you are these three to them, correct? You're their creator, you're their conserver too. They rely on you for their everything. And you're their controller too. You take their controls away, go to sleep. You are their destroyer of happiness in that moment. But you are the controller also. This is called nigraha. Controller means nigraha. The one who controls, the one who engages in nigraha, is also sharing. What's another word that sounds like nigraha? Anugraha. Anugraha means blessings, grace. Nigraha, anugraha. Okay? Our puja, our idol, is the one who creates, conserves, controls. Even in their controlling, they're still blessings. What does Ganesh ji mean? What does Ganesh mean?
Friend.
Friend. And even before friend came out, was remover of obstacles.
Yes.
See, we treat our Creator as a wish fulfiller. Even though I'm the most useless person, remove all of my obstacles. Right? That's not who God is. That's not what God is. And we, who have been in this environment for so long, still, even if you don't say remover of obstacles, you still want him or her to be the remover of obstacles. Our God is not a wish fulfiller, it's a well-wisher. Ganesha, the better name is Vigneshwara, the one who controls obstacles. If you're useless, you will get more obstacles. If you are useful, those obstacles will be removed, correct? In an emergency, suppose there's an accident, we who just want to look on, the police don't let us through. But if I'm a first responder, I'm a useful person then, they'll let me through, correct? They'll remove those obstacles. I share all of this so that we have a better orientation towards whom we're offering puja to. We're not offering puja to a banker. Just give. Give me what I want. Now for some of us, how many of you are courageous enough to admit that you're an atheist? An atheist. So I have a few hands for people who are atheists. And I'll talk more about that over the next discourses. All I need you to think about is, all that is created has a creator. This bottle is created, Contigo is the creator. This watch is created, I think Timberland is the creator. This ashram is created, I don't know who the construction company is, but they're the creator. All that is created has a creator. Who created the earth? And you're going to bring it back to the Big Bang Theory. Who created that source of energy? Just think of it. And if there's a creator, that creator is also the conserver, is also the controller. So everything I'm saying makes perfect sense. Stop being an atheist. So puja. Now let's think a little bit about ourselves. Pujaka. When you go to a mandir, when you come here, why do you come here? What do you do when you're here? Pray. Fine. Why are you praying? Well-being, connection. Are you sure that's why you come here? There are two reasons to engage in puja, to engage in prayer. There's a higher and there's a lower. The higher is to be grateful. And the lower is to be purposeful. I'll use simpler terms, okay? The higher reason to engage in puja is to be grateful that you've been given all that you need. All that you need has been given to you. If you needed it, of course you will have it. Correct? When we were in the ashram, this was September of 2005, and we had been living in the ashram for a week, just getting oriented, and then the course began on Vigneshwara Chaturthi. And Swami Tejamaya walked to the middle of Saraswati Devi. The brahmacharis were sitting there, the brahmacharis were sitting here. And Guruji shared, for the next 2 years, you will be given all that you need. And if you're not given it, you don't need it. I had heart palpitations. They gave us one useless umbrella. This is Mumbai, this umbrella is not going to work. One cotton bag, and on and on and on. But as the course went on, I realized the truth of that simple message that we have been given all that we need. And anything else that will be given to us is not needed. So the higher form of puja is I am simply grateful to be in your presence. You've already given me everything I need. Why do I even have to open my mouth? I simply want to be with you. Correct? The less high, and please interpret this rightly, this is not wrong, it's simply less high, is to be purposeful. If you want something in life, who should you be asking from? From the one who can give that to you. The only one who can give that to you is the creator, conserver, controller. The one who knows creation, the one who facilitates creation. Why ask from another beggar? Correct? I'm a beggar, don't ask from me. I'm going to make you more of a beggar then, correct? Or you're going to make me more of a beggar. The only one who's not begging is our creator, which is why their hands are open. Right? When I see you, I walk around like this. We have so many references to that. Jo dayaku phalachai. Where is that from? If you want dharma, artha, kama, moksha, if you want position, if you want possession, if you want pleasure, or if you want peace, you can give that all to you. Bhukti, mukti, dhata. Where is that from? Guru story. You want bhukti? Guru will guide you to be more efficient, to be more effective. You want mukti? The Guru will guide you to enlightenment. Be purposeful in your puja. And what's lovely about this is you become more independent. You stop complaining to other people. If you're going to complain, complain to the one who's not complaining, correct? 3 facets to a puja. What is facet number 1? Puja. Number 2?
Puja.
Number 3?
Pujaka.
We thought about puja some more. Actions, routine should create feeling. Vedantic word? Bhava. Once there's bhava, all conversation is finished. There is narrations in our texts where a hunter will kill an animal and offer that to Bhagavan Shiva. But for that hunter, the bhava is, I'm doing this for you. And not in an illegitimate way, in a very legitimate way. Bhava, then all rules are off, all conditions are off. The puja, what are the 3 C's? Our creator,
Conserver, controller.
Even when we feel that control is actually a blessing. Anugraha. And then our selves, as you're listening to me, as you go through this retreat, to feel grateful and to feel purposeful. Now let's enter some specifics about puja. There are 3 facets to puja. Imagine these facets are this way. There's also 3 parts to a puja. This is more time-oriented. Those 3 parts are Purva, Mukhya, Uttara. Purva means before. Mukhya means during. And then Uttara naturally would mean after. I think in books they call it a prologue and an epilogue. Is that the correct terminology, right? This helps you understand the book, then you read the book, and then this helps you understand the book. Because I don't know what happened, so tell me again. So there are 3 parts to a puja. In the Purva Puja, this is us getting ready for the puja. For those who have ever organized a marriage or run a half marathon, there's so much preparation before that actually happens. This retreat is a good example, right? I'm going to tell you something about the retreat organizers now. Gossip. Everyone wants to know some gossip. Yes. Tell us. Now everyone takes their notebooks out. So our babies, the organizers here, they have planned this long in advance. I think the number 18 months was given earlier. They had all come to the last baby retreat. They all had pamphlets and brochures and so on. So as details were coming together for this retreat, the babies were emailing Lasniji and I a lot about a lot of questions like, what games should we play in the ego racers? Who should do arti? And on and on and on. And I responded to them saying, you got this. You're well organized. Your intention is there. You can make all of these decisions. You don't need me to decide what brand of coffee to buy. Yes. And you see, the more prepared they are. Last night they had a meeting, and I told them, I've been to every retreat also. Background, pre-log, prologue, all of that. I told them everything is going well. Smile at each other and go home. There's no need for a meeting. Everything is going smoothly. In the Purva Puja, if you can check off these boxes fully, your Mukhya Puja will be solved. In the Purva Puja, there are such steps like Achara. We always have our Mangala Achara, correct? Shuklam Varadaram Vishnu Shashivarnam.
Chaturpujam.
And what's so lovely about this prayer is Prasanna Vadana, the one who's smiling. When we begin our puja, I'm here again. So we have to be prepared in that. Another common step in our Purva Puja is pranayama. Why do we engage in pranayama before we begin our Mukhya Puja? If you're going to eat something precious, if you're going to meet someone precious, don't you wash your hands? You should wash your hands. I have no response. Everyone's just staring at me. You should wash your hands, correct?
Yes.
Now, more important than the cleanliness of your hands is really what's so sensitive is your lungs, right? If one wrong bacteria or virus gets into your lung, that can be fatal. On my hand, probably not. So pranayama is a deep form of purification. Another facet of Purva Puja is bandha or dik bandha. Dik bandha is when you try to create this controlled environment. You actually shoot arrows to control the environment so that you don't have to worry about the environment. I'm going to share what I shared in English now, okay? The Purva Puja, you have to prepare, you have to purify, and you have to protect. Got it? Prepare, purify, protect. What steps you actually engage in is not important. I give you some of them. Acharana, pranayama, bandha. Get to those 3 points of Prepare, purify, and protect. Who should you prepare? Yourself. You should feel that fortitude. I am here for a reason, and I will not get up until that reason is complete. Who should you purify? Yourself. You should feel fresh when you begin puja. If you feel lethargic or dirty, you're not going to be there. Imagine your flight was late and you just came straight to the ashram right now and you didn't get a chance to brush your teeth. That's what you're feeling. You're a plaque right now. So is the person next to you. Right? Isn't it when you arrive in Bharat, you just want to shower and then meet all of your relatives, as an example, because you feel that. Who should you be protecting? Do you think God needs your protect? God, I'm here. Relax. You should be protecting yourself, and the way to protect yourself is to focus. If you're a focused driver, you're a safe driver. Correct? If you're focused on cooking, you're safely cooking. Otherwise, food is burning or the house is burning. Correct? The banda has not to protect God, it's to ensure that I'm not distracted by my phone, by where I have to go. Timeline-wise, what are the 3 parts to a puja? Number 1 is Purva. Then Mukhya. Then
Uttara.
Uttara. In the Purva puja, what are the 3 general steps you have to prepare? Good. And
Purify.
And
Protect.
very good. And if you are prepared, you will feel fortitude. If you're pure, you will feel fresh. And if you're protected, you will feel focused. Now you understood why I told you to write. So much of a framework, so many acronyms. Okay. After the Purva Puja is complete, you begin with the Mukhya Puja. The Mukhya Puja requires you to know why you're engaged in this puja, which is why dhyana leads into the Mukhya Puja. Dhyana. Dhyana is visualization. Visualization. Dhyana is knowing your purpose. During our dhyana, you can chant, outside or inside, any mantra you want. And if you don't know any mantras, say it in English. If you don't know English, as in you've not learned how to speak, suppose you're 2 years old, just feel it then. In Shiva Manasa Puja, there is no dhyana. So what I'm going to teach all of you now is Rudra Mantra. How many of you know what the Rudra Mantra is? It's popularly known as Mahamrityunjaya Mantra. Mahamrityunjaya Mantra is originally known as the Rudra Mantra. This is found in the Rik Veda, it's found in the Yajus Veda. It is powerful, it is popular. When do people traditionally chant this mantra? Mahashivratri, obviously. When else? When someone is not well. That's not wrong, but that's not why this mantra is chanted. It's amazing how we take something so authentic and noble and extract it for our own utility. This mantra is for enlightenment. For English speakers, I call this our release prayer. Release prayer. To be released once and for all. A dhyana, I mentioned, is a visualization. A dhyana is your purpose. Our purpose is not just to be physically well. It is not just swasti. We are here to not be here. We're born to not be born again. The sole purpose, the sole artha for all of us, whether you know it or not, is moksha. And I'm sharing all of this as you are about to start your puja. The dhyanam is your visualization. It's almost like GPS is showing you the route now, correct? You've not put the car in drive, but GPS, this is your visualization. Should be for enlightenment. Any purpose less than that is not aligning with why this mantra has been put together. Okay? The word Rudra means the one who makes others cry. And we always associate that with sadness. We should make other people cry out of joy. Yes? If someone sees how happy you are, you know, what is the greatest gift your kids can give you? For you to not have to worry about that, isn't it? That is the best gift your kids can give you. The best gift you can give your parents is for them to not have to worry about you, isn't it? Imagine being that parent, that caregiver, where the person that you were caring about is now independent. Wouldn't that make you feel so overwhelmed? You would cry out of joy. Finished. Complete. Let's begin our Rudra mantra. Let's chant this once. Then we'll go through all of the words and we'll chant this again. Those who know this chant, those who don't, listen. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanam Mrityurmukshyamamritat. Rudra, or Vanchula, is 3 ambaka. Ambaka means eyes. And 3, the one who has 3 eyes. He has 2 biological eyes like we do, and he has a metaphysical eye, which is in his forehead, where we put our bindi, where we put our tilak. These 3 eyes each have a different function. With my biological eyes, they serve the same function. My left eye, right eye, they do essentially the same work, but not with Bhuvanshi. What does his left eye represent? What does it do? Justice. Left eye, justice. Right eye, compassion. And metaphysical eye, wisdom. Justice, compassion, wisdom. Justice, that's that controller facet, correct? Compassion, the creator facet. The wisdom, the conserver facet. Sometimes you have to exact more justice, sometimes you have to exact more compassion. So that first line, instead of seeing 3 eyes, idolize those virtues. I should be more just, more compassionate, more wise. Then you internalize that. For those who have more experience with life, you become less controlling, isn't it? The more immature you are, the more controlling you are. The more mature you are, the more releasing you are. I see that so much with my father. My father's approaching 70 now, and I find one of his consistent messages now is, it's prarabdha. Your prarabdha, he's saying it to himself. Because of me, he has this prarabdha he's going through. But when someone knows about prarabdha, he becomes so accepting of it. I've seen that. He has so much experience in life and Vedanta that he's just become a more accepting individual, less controlling. So to internalize that I am Bhagwan. Yajamahe. Yajamahe is like the word yajna. What is the English word for yajna? word for yajna? What is the English word for yajna? Okay. Fascinating that it's like you didn't hear my question. Sacrifice. We said sacrifice. What comes first, sacrifice or dedication? Then why are you saying sacrifice? Dedication comes before sacrifice. If you're not dedicated, you're not going to sacrifice anything. But once you're dedicated, you will sacrifice anything and possibly everything. Yajamahe means dedicated. I am going to dedicate myself to converting values into virtues. Justice, compassion, wisdom. Please understand, if you're dedicated to Bhagavan, you will practice values. If we're not dedicated to Bhagavan, we will study values, but they will not become virtues. They will be Bhagavan's and not yours. Sugandhi. This is a lovely description. In Hindi, what does gandha mean? It does, but you don't go to the street and say gandha. What does gandha mean? Like gada. Gandha means smell. Smell. Sugandha, fragrance. Gandha essentially means stink. Sugandha means fragrance. Chandan is sugandha. Correct? So Bhagavan Shiva is the one who is fragrant. He wears Paco Rabanne coat. Right? He should be on those commercials. He's the strongest, right? He's the most handsome. He lives in the graveyard. He wears ashes on him. This sugandha is not an outer sugandha, it is an inner sugandha. So I'll internalize this even more with you. What is the Vedantic word for gandha? Vasana. Like this chart over here shows. Vasana. Anatma vasana is when we become stinky. When I think on my mind, so much stress and anxiety. When I think on my body, all I do is plan what to eat. I'm going to buy this, I'm going to cook this, I'm going to eat this, I'm going to clean and repeat. Atma vasana is when I know that I'm more than my body and mind, I'm the intellect, I'm the spirit, then I become fragrant. I become that person who lets go of everything. Whether you compliment or criticize me, fine. Whether this person's my roommate or that person's my roommate, fine. Bhagavan Shiva's Sugandha is to remind us to develop those thoughts that we are more than the body and mind. It's called Atma Vasana. You let go of the Anatma Vasana by creating the Atma Vasana. Bhagavan Shiva is Pushti. Show me Pushti. Show me Pushti, right? That's what we do. Slap our thighs or flex our muscles. If you see your family in India, many of you are quite healthy. I'm saying you're healthy, but when you go to India, they say, nobody feeds you. Nobody feeds you. No food in America. Our idea of Pushti is this. That's a very superficial Pushti. Pushti means the one who supports. Supports. Today during your yogasana, what was the last asana that you engaged in? Last asana. I wasn't there, but I'm presuming Shavasana, right? Your favorite part. Realize that you are not Shava because of Shiva. Once Shiva is not there, immediately you will become Shava. That's the support. And internalize this more. If you can think of your fondest memories in life, if you weren't alive, you wouldn't have had those memories, correct? Pushti, that I I'm able to speak right now. You're able to listen. That's all because of that presence. Vardhana. Vardhana means old. Vardhana means to mature. Wisdom comes with what? Experience or reflection. I'm glad none of you said age. I would have jumped all over that. Wisdom does not come with age. You know lots of older, foolish people. Wisdom comes with reflection. Vardhana means one who encourages us. Encourages us. And we're encouraged when we have more meaning in our lives. Correct? The more meaning you have, the more inspired you have. The less meaning, the less inspired you are. So Gandhin Pushti Vardhana, to reorient my thoughts from the body and mind, to feel that support of God, to feel the encouragement of God. Uru Aruka Iva. This is in the third quarter now. Uru Aruka Iva. Does anyone know what this means? I heard cucumber. Anyone else want to throw in their favorite vegetable or fruit? I've read a whole lot. Big cucumber, big gourd, big watermelon, pumpkin, right? Halloween is coming up. Put that in there also. Eva means like. So the first part of this mantra, the focus is on Bhagwan Shiva. The second part is about us. From puja to pujaka. So we are like a big vegetable. Here, it is not outward bigness that is being described. It's being large-hearted. Having a big heart. Someone who has a big heart is someone who is tireless. They do not give up. They do not quit. They try their best. So here, I'm sharing to Bhagwan Shiva, I've done all I can do. I've exerted. I've become big. I've become healthy. Bandhana, but I'm still, what does bandha mean? I'm still stuck. I'm going to share with you how feeling stuck happens, the genesis of this. 5 S's, okay? Here's another framework for you. It starts with feeling separate. Separate. When I do not have faith in infinity, then I start to feel I'm finite, which means you're finite and you're finite, and there's many finites then. You feel separate. Once you feel separate, you start to feel small. Sometimes when you go to a big store, suppose there's a child who's been separated from their parents, how small they feel, right? And they're looking for help, and they find a manager, and they make that announcement, right? Their body literally shrinks because they're so intimidated by everything. That smallness is called vasanas. Our vasanas are limited, correct? They make us feel limited. I feel separate, I feel small. Once I feel small, I feel sad. Sad. And this comes as desires. The more sad you are, the more desires you have. The less sad you are, the less desires you have. So avidya, vasana, eshana. I'm giving you Sanskrit, I'm giving you English. Eshana. That's separate, small, sad. Okay. Next. The next S is stress. A sad person is trying to be less sad, so they're doing so much and they just feel stress. That's called vrittis. The more eshnas you have, the more vrittis you have. The more sad you feel, the more you think about your sadness, correct? So many people get lost in their own selves. And once you have so much of stress, you feel stuck. And that we call karma. Those thoughts manifest as karma. I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. Correct? That's why the real New Year's for all of us is when the kids go back to school. On January 1st, nothing happens. It's the worst day, especially if you live in a cold part of the country. But once Labor Day kicks in, right? That's the real New Year's. Bandhana. I feel stuck. My stuck is not shallow. There is stress, there is sadness, there is smallness, there is separation. And I've tried all I can to be unstuck, but I'm still stuck. So comes the last quarter, Mrityu Mokshiya. Mrityu means death. Mrityu also means change. Death and change cause us to feel what? Fear. Correct. I want to be free of fear. A very high fear of death, but just the general fear of change. I'm getting older. People are moving out of the house. A couple I know who have twins, so both twins went to college recently, they said that was the hardest experience of their whole life. No one ever taught them what it will feel like to have their kids not be at home anymore. And I've never heard that. My kids are much younger. When they shared that with me, it made me think a lot about that fear. Parents have fears of their kids not leaving for school or leaving for school. I want to be mukshi. I want to have moksha from fear of death, of change. And this is such a revelation. Ma. Or have you heard the word ma before? You chant it all the time. Ma vid vishavahai, which means may we not quarrel with each other. May we not be selfish. So here the same ma is there, but now what's the last word? Amritata. What does amritata mean? It means immortality. It means changeless. Free me of my fear, and the only way to be free of that is to know you don't need immortality. You don't need changelessness because you're already that. You're already infinite. Only knowledge can end fear, correct? You think there's a snake on the ground, so you get a stick and you keep hitting it. All you need is light, correct? To know that. Was a rope, is a rope, will always be a rope. What are you hitting that snake for? Just take out a light. This is our dhyana, okay? In our Purva Puja, we've already prepared, we've already purified, and we've already protected. Now we're about to begin our Mukhya Puja. I need to visualize why this Mukhya Puja. I need to know what my purpose is. This prayer is not about, I'm sick and I want to be well. It can do that, but why even feel that you're the body? This purpose is release. And the only one who can share that is the one who is that. Abhayankara is the name of Bhagavan Shiva. If I have Bhaya, only if I go to the one who's Abhaya, can I let go of my fear. What is this called? Abhayankara. Everything will be okay. We use it in the wrong way. Okay, enough! But when God has that hand up, it's everything is okay. Everything is fine. It's almost like the hug. Okay? You should feel that Bhagavan is hugging you. What is there to be stressed about then? What is there to be anxious about? When a pujaka, that's all of us, engages in puja. Puja means path. Find your path. Do you have to use this mantra, yes or no? No, I just said that at the beginning. You decide. You decide that mantra. Okay, I gave you one that we feel is about something less than it actually is. Any mantra. When I teach contemplation, some people have not grown up with the Puranas. They don't know what is Bhagavan Shiva. Imagine light. You obviously know what light looks like. Imagine the sun. That works. It's your visualization. Your home address is your home address. Correct? There's not one home. We each have our own homes. When the pujaka follows puja, they start to become like the puja. Whatever you idolize, you start to become, correct? And some words to describe Shiva are Satyam, Shivam, and Sundar. One becomes more beautiful. I always tell my wife that she need not wear makeup. I prefer her not to wear makeup. She doesn't listen to me, she thinks I'm lying. But I know that it's much easier for her not to wear makeup. Right? When nobody has time, so allow her more time. Correct? And when she gets up early in the morning, she's more sundara in the sense that her day is more regulated. Right? She's engaged in her professional work and she's exercised in all of that. Converting values into virtues makes one more sundara. Stop being an extrovert. The typical magazine, the models in those magazines are thinner than ever, despite our country being heavier than ever. Did you know that?
Yes.
And it shows such a hypocrisy in the supply. But why is there so much supply? Because there's so much hypocrisy in the demand, isn't it? This is not healthy. Real sundara is not external. Real sundara is internal. Our Purva Puja is now complete. And Shiva Manasa Puja begins with the Mukhya Puja. I needed to share all of that with you. It doesn't, Bhagavan Acharya Shankara shares nothing about the Purva Puja. The first part of the puja that Acharya Shankara talks about is asana. Asana. And there's a deep implication in all of this. And this will be my last thought. In your text, you don't need to see it right now, but it is asana. Asana means welcome or seat. You know, I'm offering you a seat. If you're seated at someone's wedding, if you're seated at a party, if you're seated at a conference, what has preceded that seat? The invitation. Correct? Mukhya Puja begins with Avahayami. Avahayami. Show me Avahayami. Left hand on your heart, right hand on the idol. God lives in me. You know, when I say Vivek, I don't say Vivek. Here's Vivek right here. This is Vivek. I say this is Vivek. I keep forgetting that I am divine. I am Divya. So in Avahayami, it's like you're transferring that divinity to an idol, to an icon. And if you're offering a seat, that means Bhagavan has accepted your invitation. That is such a lovely feeling. That Shiva Manasa Puja begins not with the invitation, but with the acceptance of that invitation. This will start with tomorrow. Today, our organizers only gave me one discourse, so we'll begin with this tomorrow.